What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and welcome back to F1 24 for the driver career mode at Williams. Today we have the Spanish Grand Prix and a secret meeting to go to almost immediately. And as you can see at the top, it does say it is with McLaren, like at the start of the season. If you didn't watch that, then I recommend you go watch it, because here we are once again with McLaren, wanting to sign for them. And so yes, we're going to probably continue talks, because our performance, well, their performance is currently 5th in the Constructors, but of course we know their car is probably a lot better than that. And their development, of course, is probably going to be better than ours. We actually have one more upgrade on compared to them, but, you know, considering we're Williams, I'm not sure what we're going to do, because, well, McLaren is very good team, and we will probably want to join them at some point in this career. But 69 rated we are currently,
the bad news,
and
your current employers,
yeah, so not much we can do currently to try just keep getting the best results to try get our that seat at McLaren. But looking at the contract, then we have reached the target already, and 400 resource points for something. But I don't think we actually got those, really. But,
okay,
you know,
all the new parts
going
have been
through the week,
fabricated,
then
and we're
another
going to have
100
them with
resource
us for the
points.
next
We've
Grand Prix.
only got 200, so we might as well just continue into the race weekend, as we've got nothing else to do. Looking at then the weather, sunny as always in Spain, and we are fine to continue with our weekend. As you can see, we've got a little bit of a gap still to the Mercedes and the front 5 teams. But we are the top of the midfield, I guess you could say. And we're getting an ERS upgrade onto the car for not the next race, or the one after, but the one after that, for the Belgian Grand Prix. So after practice, putting the upgrades on, and now it's time to go to the qualifying for the race.
It's a Catalonian qualifying for you today. Welcome along to Spain, to Barcelona, and wherever you are in the world. Do you feel the need? The need for speed?
Here we are then in very warm Spain, Barcelona. There's the track as usual. Of course, second year with the new layout, with the chicane gone. And we're going straight into Q1 here then, behind Stroll, out onto the track. And yes, so very nice and sunny. Ooh, lovely little brake check there from Lance Stroll, but that's not going to stop us from starting our lap time, of course, with no front wing damage. We're chilling. And across the start, finish straight, DRS open. We might be giving a lovely little tow to the car behind, and they're very close to behind us now as we come to finish our lap, and it puts us P12, so not a very good lap then, really. And Max Verstappen sets the fastest. Oscar Piastri behind us, now 13th. And as we come round to the end of Q1, we're coming out once more, but it's P15 out of 20 we are currently in, and 1 minute 40 to get round and start the lap, of course. And yeah, so Albon, our teammate ahead of us, he's P14, Gasly P13, Bottas P16, and Hulkenberg P17. But coming around the final corner, could probably take that flat, but we're braking quite a lot, considering what we need to do. But this is some of the first few laps of the weekend, of course, in Q1 and in Barcelona. We're gaining time down the main straight into turn 1, 1/10 gained. Round the final corner, though, and it is 6/10 gained, losing time around the final corner. But is that going to matter? Are we going to be through? Surely 6/10 gains is enough, and it is enough for P7. And that will make us see an appearance in the Q2 and trying to get into Q3. And there we are then in P7, but Oscar Piastri is top for McLaren. Looking at where our teammate is, and he has been knocked out. We knock him out in Q1. I'm very sorry, guys, but Alex Albon is out in Q1, and it might be my fault. Whoopsies. Zhou Guanyu also out with him, though, in P17. So, yes, going into Q2, though, now, and possibly a chance to get into Q3, and, yeah, let's see what we can do. We haven't got many tyres, so, we're just going to see what we can do, though, having used 2 sets of soft compound tyres in the Q1 session. Going around the final corners now and trying to warm the tyres up as we go around the final corner, starting our first lap here in Q2 then, and doesn't need to be a fast time really, just needs to be a time that can get us like near enough where we want to be to also see where we can improve as well then on the second lap. So here we come through then the final corner, and it's P5 actually, so it wasn't a bad lap. We beat Gasly and Ricciardo, and we're also immediately out of the way. Going into the end of Q2 though, and it's P9 still, so that is very lovely for us. And so yeah, we're P9, Gasly P10, Sainz currently out in P11, and so we'll see what we can do here then as we come around the final corner to start the second flying lap in Q2. Leclerc P7, Hamilton P8, and we are already down. So it wasn't a great start to the second lap then, but hopefully we can make it up throughout the lap going into turn 1. Nicely done and gaining a lot of time. Coming around the final corner, we're still P10, so we are technically through, and Sainz is out. We gain 3 tenths to put us where in Q2, and we're through to Q3 in P6. So very nicely done there, and yeah, so Carlos Sainz, big name out here in Q1 at his home Grand Prix. Ocon also out, both Visa Cash App RBs also out. But looking at Q3 then, we don't have many tyres at all, like I said for Q2, but this time we actually don't because we've used 4 sets of tyres, I think, just to get to this point. But it's looking very overcast at this point in the weekend, and 8 minutes left on the clock to set a lap time then. And we will set a lap time. We've got a driver right behind us though as we come around the final corner. It hasn't been the greatest of lap times ever, so as we come across the line, where does it put us? It puts us P10, coming around, 30 seconds left on the clock to start the next lap, and it should be an improvement because it's been pretty terrible, and it is 7 tenths improvement with no one behind us this time. And where will it put us though? Coming across the final corner, it's a second gain, almost 9 tenths have been gained, but where does it put us? P5. What a good lap at the end of Q3 there then, and it's going to put us P5, Charles Leclerc having a 5-place grid penalty, Sergio Perez below us. There are the drivers and constructors standings though, as we come into the race. An important race then here to score more points on the board. Looking at the driver rating, what does qualifying do then for our pace? We get 675 pace added, and we're still 72 rated on the pace, but we go up to 70 rating overall. Going back then into the sunshine that is the race. It's going to be partly sunny, but a lot of cloud, and starting P5 then, we can see what we can try and maximise what we can do from P5. Let's go to the race.
So many eventful races here in Barcelona over the years. Do you remember Max Verstappen's first win on debut for Red Bull here in 2016? 2 years before, we had the dramatic coming together of Hamilton and Rosberg going towards turn 4. There's always a treat in store as we head back to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and we welcome the removal of the chicane in the final sector, shortening lap times and reducing the total running to 2.9 miles and 14 turns. This was actually the original setup for the track, but it hasn't been used since 2007. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Russell, the rookie, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Hamilton, Sainz, Gasly, Ricciardo, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Ocon, Leclerc, Albon, Joe, Bottas, Hulkenberg, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box this afternoon, the First Lady of World Motorsports, Naomi Schiff. Now, Ant, you know us. Professionals as we are, we don't listen to rumours all the time, just some of the time. And in the case of this driver, I think we were right to listen to those rumours because they were true. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Here we are then on the grid for the Spanish Grand Prix. Here in P5, we're taking the fuel out, of course, as normal. And it is going to be a one-stop. We're going to do mediums to hard tyres. But, of course, if necessary, of course, another pit stop. Of course, if needed, though, that is. And, yeah, so let's see what we have on the formation lap. We've got Alonso behind us. He's in P6. He's on the soft tyres. We're starting P4 because of a grid penalty. To the McLaren possibly of Oscar Piastri, but yes, we complete a goal immediately as we get off the line, so what a result. Tyres aren't that warm still as we come around the final corner, but you know, oh well. We've got Russell in front of us then and Norris in P2, everyone on the medium except for Fernando Alonso here in the top 6, and yeah, just trying to warm the tyres up a little bit more. It's not really working, but we need to get good parking here to secure a good start, hopefully. Hopefully we can maintain position. At best, we can overtake Russell going into turn 1. We're going to see what will happen then in a few moments' time then, as all the cars get ready to go to the 5 red lights here for the Spanish Grand Prix. And we are underway eventually. Verstappen gets a terrible start, and everyone's gone past him immediately. Russell's past him. We're coming now in the slipstream of Russell, and we're past Max Verstappen in the Red Bull. Can we try get Russell on the outside? We're going to go round the outside, and it's almost of 2 cars as Norris looks a bit slow on the entry, but we are side by side with George Russell going into turn 3 now. Fast, long corner, and Russell's on the inside. We're on the outside with the racing line. We're using a bit of overtake going into turn 4, and we will get that position up into P2. Verstappen, what a terrible start though, off the line starting P2, and Norris is now in P1. What can he do in P1 then? Can we chase him down? But here is the start once more then. Verstappen on pole position. And look at how bad his start is. We were held for a very long time, but there it is. He sort of goes, then stops, then goes again. And it's not good for how he starts the Grand Prix. And as you can see, he's getting passed by me, by Russell, by Norris. And yes, so he is now down to P4, and here you can see the side-by-side action with us and Russell. The Aston Martins were side-by-side momentarily, but really not much to say about that. Here you can see the move being completed on lap 1, lap 3 though, and it's almost 3 wide. It's Russell getting overtaken by Max Verstappen into turn 1, just like in real life, but that was for the lead of the race, of course, if you remember. So yeah. Norris now 3.8 second gap in front, and it's Verstappen trying to overtake us. He's on the inside, but we're going to outbrake him into turn 1, just chop him off and continue on with our race. Norris just extending that lead. He's got the fastest lap as well. We're trying to save some ERS though, and Verstappen's going to come back down the inside going into turn 4. We try to outbrake him. We give him enough space there just about, and he's still there, but is he going to complete the move? He is. But we put the overtake back onto medium, and we're going to try continue, stay in DRS, and hopefully not lose this podium position that we still have. Of course, anything for us is good, but there's yellow flags ahead. Is it Norris? No, it's Max Verstappen. Verstappen on lap 9. He's retiring from the race. He's pulling over, and here we all are. We're going to capitalise on this, and we're back up to P2. And Verstappen, who is challenging for the title, of course, is out of the Grand Prix, and we continue now back in P2. By lap 14, Norris has got a 21 second advantage over us. So we're going to come into the pits as we've not been quick, really. And, yeah, we're just going to let everyone go in front of us just because we need new tyres. They're not good anymore. And as we come into the pit lane, you know, hopefully a good pit stop here is needed. Yeah, nope, that was a pretty good pit stop. It was 2.5 seconds by the looks of it. No errors there to talk about as we come out of the pit lane, though. Here comes Alonso. He's overtaking Gasly. And as we come out, are we going to get ahead of them? By the looks of it, yes. As we come into turn 1, we're on the hard compound tyre. Everyone else on the medium tyre around us. And how will this affect our race? Perez now coming into the pits. Russell in the pits. They're both going onto the hard tyres. We're going to resume our place in P2 then. But Alonso, he's got the DRS behind us. He's gaining on us. And he's going to go to the inside line. He will, but he's not going to get the move. And we stay in P2 now. And Norris with a 25-second lead. That is showing you how much we're holding everyone up. Yeah, we're holding people up, basically. And it's probably not good for everyone else but us. Medium tyres runners still. It's Alonso, Ocon and Ricciardo. They're all on the medium tyre. And they have not pitted yet. So we just have to continue along with our race. It's lap 20 of 33. They must have pit, actually, because it's lap 22 and they're still going. And it's now Alonso. He is within DRS still. Ocon's got DRS on him, and Ricciardo very close behind them as well. So then, lap 22 of 33, is Alonso going to come back down the inside? Lap 22, once again, here he is. We're trying to save battery through here, but Norris in the lead and Alonso going down the inside even. Big moment there. As we almost crashed straight into the side. It's fair racing, though. We're still down the inside of the Spaniard at his home Grand Prix, of course. And is he past us now? Not by the looks of it. We use a little bit of overtake to get back down the inside, going through towards the DRS straight, and we do get past the Spaniard once more. Norris setting the fastest lap, 30 seconds out in front. It's a 1:16.1 from the McLaren man. He can just chill if he really wants to. Lap 24, yellow flags behind. What is that for? We'll check in a second, but it looks like Alonso, he might go back at us, but here it is then. It's Esteban Ocon. He's locked up on the medium compounded tyres, and everyone else looks to have, their race has all been ruined. As lap 29, it's Alonso versus Stroll. Stroll ahead, now Alonso ahead, going into their side-by-side, going through turn 1 and 2, going towards 3. Who's going to get past? It's going to be Alonso who loses out, and Stroll getting through up into third place. It's Ricciardo P6 though. Bottas and Zhou P7 and 8. What on earth has happened here to the hard compound runners? Both Ferraris out of the points and Red Bull in P10. And everyone else is just chilling behind. Here comes Stroll then. He's on the hard compound tyres and he's going for the P2. He's trying the overtake on us, but it's not going to work for him. And we keep our place here in P2. Lap 33 then, and it's Stroll versus Alonso. Lando Norris has actually won the Grand Prix already. There's yellow flags behind. What's happened there? It looks like a McLaren or no, not McLaren even. A Kick Sauber, I think, has gone off. But, of course, as we just said, 33 laps of pure dominance for Lando Norris ever since Verstappen got a terrible start. And he has won again here in Barcelona. But for us then, it's going to be an amazing P2 finish once more. As we come around the final corner, the checkered flag is flying 45 seconds a gap to Norris, but we do finish in P2.
Yes, great drive. Everyone here is really happy with that performance. Well done, mate.
Another Spanish Grand Prix is over, and what a special race it was.
And just to seal it off, they've got the bonus point for the fastest lap too. It's something that's not that easy to achieve when you've got a car that's set up for long run pace. But to put on those tyres right at the right moment to get that fastest lap in, those extra points are going to count towards the title battle.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure. And no doubt, they'll be celebrating tonight.
a good race then, and finishing in P2. Norris absolutely dominating the race, 46 seconds over the line. He started P2, our teammate down in P17. Both Mercedes out of the race in the end. So it looked like Hamilton did retire on the final lap then, if that was him causing the yellow flag. But apart from that, not much to talk about in terms of the drivers' standings. Williams currently in P4 with 25 points to the top. It's very close between us all for P1 in the Constructors, really. 25 points isn't that much. That is one race win. But then looking at this weekend's results and seeing how it affects us, of course, in terms of driver rating, lovely up to 68 awareness. And also focus going up to 67. That helps us on our way to 71 rated. Recognition stays at 44%. And there's the specialist results. And as we come back towards the house where we like to stand in a corner, I will thank you all for watching, and make sure, if you have enjoyed this video, that you make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you all next time if you click on the next one. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.